I fought through swaths of scalpers and waves of the smelliest people alive to bring you this gift. A Prismatic Evolutions card pack. I'm gonna open it and just spin a wheel to determine what form I draw the Pokemon in. Paradoxes, Megas, New Evos, and more await, so let's just jump straight into the card pack opening.
Finally! I got one! And this one's got the Sylveon on it. It's very nice. Alright, let's open this up. Okay. Alright, let's hope for something good. Alright, we've got Friends in Paldea. Great. A Lopunny. Oh, great. Oh, Dreepy. Okay, I like that one. That one's cute. A Miltank. Very nice. Moo Rolling. Regigigas. Oh, Carmine. Oh, who's that back there? Oh, a Great Tusk. Very cool. I like that art. Amaris. Reverse Hollow Amaris. A Reverse Hollow Dipplin. Very cute with the Do the Wave. And... oh, a Hollow Iron Boulder. That's cool. Very nice. And a Hollow Dark Energy. Cool.
Alright, so not the most flash hot card pack opening, but hey, let's see what we get for Lopunny, as we aren't going to do trainers and items to these shorter form videos. And we got a Digimon form. I just like drawing Pokemon as Digimon, so let's hop into it. Get it? Rabbit joke? Hop? Whatever. So we all know the fame that Lopunny brings, and turning it into a Digimon, I wanted to go towards a champion or maybe ultimate level Digimon and base it a bit of something like Lovely Angemon, a sort of magical girl-esque Digimon that takes the best parts of Lopunny and combines it with a bit of cheerleader as well. Big pom-pom hands that it'd have claws sticking out of for some bunny punches, like the opposite of the kicks that bunnies normally do. And yes, this one is 100% a human. I wanted to give it a pose of it giving some big cheer energy, or even a magician's assistant gonna be pulling her out of a hat instead. I love how this one turned out, and while I was thinking the name Lopunnymon would work, naming it Lovely Lopmon kinda works even better, because we already have a Lopmon and I can totally see it working as a through line for this Digimon. Lovely Lopmon is a champion level data attribute Digimon of the Nature Spirits family. Lovely Lopmon was once a crybaby, but now has a boisterous personality and loves nothing more than to amaze and astound and bring justice to those that hurt smaller Digimon. Their attacks are Puffy Punch, where Lovely Lopmon unleashes a powerful punch, backed by 3 jagged claws, and Bunny Boot Tornado, where they unleash a torrent of kicks from all angles in the blink of an eye. Next we got Dreepy, and we got Gmax form. Okay, let's go. In the previous video, I made a Gmax Flittle, which I used as practice to learn a bit more about making the Gmax art style, and I'm glad I managed to continue this with Gmax Dreepy here. Something very fun about trying to spin a not fully evolved into a Gmax Pokemon. I wanted it to be kind of like a single shot version of Dragapult. Dreepy's nose now becoming this long cannon schnoz that fires out small Gmax energy Dreepies instead of the 2 that Dragapult have. I used Corviknight's Gmax a lot for this one, as it made the most sense with their little winglings, I'm gonna call them. Strangely, my favorite part of this whole design is their little tail flowing into the Gmax clouds. Very satisfying. Yes, wiggle tails. Gmax Dreepy gains the ability to fire out small Gmax Dreeplings from their nose, creating powerful explosions. And hey, why don't you tell me down below what their signature Gmax attack would be? We got the rollout queen Miltank here, and seems we do be rolling a Toy Paradox. So I was initially going to do Transformers because, Transformed rollout. But I mean, there's another toy from my childhood that also works so well for this, and it's Bakugan. I wonder if anyone would have expected that. So the idea is literally a more spherical Miltank, a bit mechanical, that can roll itself up into a ball to use stronger rollouts. Even has the rock typing for the stab bonus. It's pretty straightforward. I love Bakugan, and does my heart well to know that it's still going. I'm not always the biggest fan of the designs of Bakugan, to be honest. They never really quite hit right, but the idea of a toy that pops open on their cards was enough to sell younger me, And I loved the gimmicks they came with, like the one that was double-sided with Angel and Devils, or the one that combined together to make one big chunker. Ah, bring me back. Plastic Pop-Up, a normal and rock-type toy paradox Pokemon. A mysterious toy brought to life by the power of a whimsy core. They roll around, only popping up when they want to interact with something. It seems their ability to roll doesn't cause any ill effects to the Pokemon whatsoever. When Plastic Pop-Up uses Rollout, they become an unstoppable force, creating trenches in the ground wherever they roll. Alright, Regigigas time, and we got Shiny Evolution. This is gonna be interesting. Shiny Regigigas made me think of some kind of sci-fi being, and so to give it a shiny evolution would be tough. Its evolution, called Regiarch, is a spaceship version of Regigigas. This combined itself with every other Regi to become a life-containing Arc. 2 of every Pokemon onto the Arc, please. The main face of Regigigas doesn't change much, but instead it becomes a floating, I guess, boat-shaped creature that now has a very Torterra-style top with mountains and greenery. That's right, the other Regis joined the fight with a snow ice-covered mountain for Regice, a normal mountain for Regirock, and Registeel is, I guess, sort of like a kind of a defense system, firing lasers out or, I don't know, something like that. The other 2 Regis, I decided to instead turn them into the hands of Regiarch. One hand fires dragon energy, the other kind of fires electricity. To balance this, Regigigas doesn't have their ability anymore, but doesn't change their stats upon evolution. Regiarch, the Life Continent Pokemon. Their type changes to match what move they used last thanks to their new ability Habitat Adaptation. Regiarch evolves from Shiny Regigigas at level 80 with each other Regigolem in the party. Regiarch is massive and floats in the atmosphere, even Rayquaza protects it. They have everything needed to support life, if anything were to ever happen to the planet. Some Pokemon reportedly already live there, but it's hard to get a good look as Regiarch attacks any flying object that isn't a Pokemon that gets too close. Great Tusk was up next, and this one I stumbled upon the Convergent Evolution. Making a Convergent of a Paradox Pokemon is already hurting my brain, but this one turned out pretty cool, I think. I've decided to make Great Tusk into another tusked creature, the Walrus. I guess now it's just kinda okay Tusk. Essentially, I invert the tusk down and remove most of the trunk, opting to turn it into a mustachioid little nose instead. And it's kind of already at a good point there. I took a good look at the convergence we already had for this one. They keep the shape language for the most part, opting to slightly change some other parts of the Pokemon, but mostly changing the colors of them instead. The Grand Tooth here, yes, I know it's silly, but it's the best way to adapt the Convergent name puns, really. Now has more of a bluer color scheme, save for the top plates on their body, representing the fighting type a bit more. And I don't know, this kind of works a bit too well. Grand Tooth, the Paradox Pokemon, a water and fighting type. According to a paranormal magazine, this Pokemon may have been a distant ancestor to that of the Pokemon Great Tusk, but adapted to living in and around the shoreline. Their large tusks seem to be used more for mating rituals than combat, but they were able to use them like battering rams if necessary. Unable to curl up, they instead opted to slide around on their hardened stomachs and even using their tusks like the rails on a sled. Oh yeah, more Applin Evos, let's go! And it seems we have also gotten new Evos to spin here. I've done so many Applin and Applin Evo forms and evolutions, and I'm not tired of it at all. I love this little guy and all of his Evos. But I went slightly different here. Instead of going Hydra, we're keeping the 2 worms that live inside Dipplin, and playing off that sugary, syrupy, sweet Pokemon, but going towards sugar rushes and rotting apples, and I guess a little bit of sugar rotting your teeth and the apple itself. This crazed Hydra has gone full-on addicted, collecting multiple syrupy apples upon their body, while their previous Dipplin apple now sits there licked clean of syrup and rotting. I wanted the second head to be a bit more chill, like the last shreds of their self-control are being held within the other worm, while this one is just going out and doing a Squidward with the Krabby Patties. Dipplin, the addiction Pokemon, a poison and dragon type. Dipplin evolves from Dipplin when 3 syrupy apples are used on it. Dipplin is so crazed by sugar they will constantly push Dipplins out of their apples and hold them on their body. licking all the syrupy sweetness off of it. They don't notice the apples rotting or the smell till they slough off the body of Dipplin naturally. The second worm is fused together and helps keep Dipplin under control in situations that need it, but they also still need sugar to live, so they absorb all of it from the ravenous first head. Our final Pokemon of the video is Iron Boulder, and we rolled Toy Paradox, so double paradoxes, yay! So my idea for Iron Boulder was kind of hard to find, but I managed to settle on sort of those plastic construction sets that let you build like various machineries like airplanes and cars and stuff, and came with big bulky fake screws and screwdrivers. Because Iron Boulder kind of already does look a bit like a toy, I decided to give it a very similar look in head and body, as if you got this kit and this was the main part and you could screw whatever you wanted onto it to make it whatever you want. Maybe there'd be multiple forms out there, ones that can swim or fly or even utter abominations with no cohesion at all. This one's got funky wheels, and I can see it kind of swinging them down with a lot of force for their physical attacks. Although it is a toy, it's still rather large and rideable, so I think this is a pretty sick vehicle to rock up to the play park with. Plastic Piece is a Rock and Steel Toy Paradox Pokemon. A mysterious toy brought to life by a Whimsicora, a custom kit Pokemon that resembles the Pokemon Terrakion. They have various custom parts that can be added to a standard frame, allowing people to create whatever kind of Pokemon their creativity deigns. Plastic Pieces is a super chill Pokemon and is happy no matter what parts are put upon it. A bit of a shorter form video here. Hopefully one day I can find a pack of Journey Together and the series can continue with Pokemon card openings. But for now, if you enjoyed the video, like, share and subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite of the video was. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next video.
Hey, Mater. It's nice to finally be back. I want you. What?